Total War Warhammer 3 is one of the most spirited and cinematic strategy games we've ever played. Where previous entries in the Total War series, both historical and Warhammer titles, tried to go bigger through introducing larger maps, more factions, and additional mechanics, Warhammer 3 takes a different approach. Within its sprawling sandbox is a framed and focused narrative that not only shapes the pacing of the core campaign, but sets up its most exciting moments. Warhammer 3's top-line pitch is simple: you get to play as Chaos, the big bads of the Warhammer world. Between the plague god Nurgle, the bloodthirsty Khorne, the debaucherous Slaanesh, and source-roused Tzeentch, you're handed an impressive collection of corrupted villainy to spread across the map. Each army feels distinct and more varied than half the historical sword and spear factions of previous Total War games. The melee-focused forces of Slaanesh are adept at hit-and-run tactics. Nurgle's children crush opponents under swarms of putrid Nurglings and gigantic monsters. Khorne specializes in elite soldiers, while Tzeentch excels at ranged attacks and magic abilities. Besides the tactical variety at play here, the sheer visual assortment of daemons is enough to give each faction its own personality. In one battle, you might be fielding flaming hellhounds alongside monstrous beasts with names like Soul Grinder. In the next, you could be tearing your way through the putrid flesh of plague toads and gigantic flying mosquitoes. This is Total War, Warhammer at its most colorful. Creative Assembly wasn't afraid to embrace the strangest, most surreal, and often silliest elements of the Warhammer universe to create a strategy game that's remarkably broad in its visuals. Where Warhammer 3 really excels is in presenting the many options available to you, but requiring that you pay close attention to none of them. You can happily steamroll into a war without any idea of a plan, let alone a semblance of strategy, and still find yourself using the breadth of your faction's abilities. It might not be the most efficient way of conquering, and is unlikely to make for a clean victory when facing the tougher armies at the end of the game, but Warhammer 3 makes even the most half-hearted conflicts enjoyable by handing you an array of strategic opportunities that are both straightforward and incredibly malleable. Warhammer 3 might not reach the lofty heights of emergent storytelling that Crusader Kings 3 achieves through its RPG, character-focused gameplay, but it certainly moves in that direction. Set yourself an ambitious goal to strive towards if you want, but don't be surprised if unexpected events drive you down a totally new, and usually more exciting, avenue.